Hello everybody and welcome back to TCG Cardshop Sim. Today there is pretty much no chance of me opening the shop today because one, I think I got a little lazy and no, I at least restocked. I don't know if I priced anything. But also I am in dire need of cards. Like really badly. Because I've got not too many left. Before I hit the hundreds and under. So I don't think I could survive a full day. That being said, let's first get started with the restocking of these cards. Destiny Purple, and I think that's it. Oh, and regular purple. Neat. I do not think I'll be making my money back, but we'll see. $334. So, recently there was an award show. I don't know if it was this weekend, last weekend, or what, but, there was an award show, and, for video games, and Claire Obscure 33 actually swept it. And people are not exactly happy about that. This is a quick topic before I get to the main topic that I wanted to talk about. Personally, in my opinion, like, it sucks when a single game sweeps an entire awards show. But that just tends to happen every single year, almost, for any award show. Except for, like, maybe music, because they have, like, oh, this is for country music. This is for R&B music. Things like that. But when it's as nondescript as, like, video games, because they don't have, like, they have best action adventure, but a lot of RPGs can fall under the action adventure category. But they don't have, like, best puzzle game of the year. So it's like, oh, well, if this game has a puzzle, it qualifies, so you have to make up rules to qualify what makes a puzzle game a puzzle game. And so it still might wind up sweeping if it has a puzzle element to it. Like push a block here and do push a block here. Or a jumping puzzle, for example. It's like, well, those are considered puzzles, so it qualifies as a puzzle game now too. It's just a mess. There's not enough. 114. There's not enough distinctions between what is and isn't something in the gaming industry to properly delve out awards in a fair manner, where a really good game just won't take a bunch of the awards even if it's not the best in the specific category that it's in. And it happens every year on every award show. My personal opinion, I think that Claire deserved the sweep, but I'm a big RPG fan, and not everybody is, so I understand their being annoyed and disappointed and all that. That their favorite game didn't win, but it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but see reasons 1, 2, and 3 that I just spoke about, so. But yeah. Number 2, the Streamer Awards just happened very recently. And there was a couple of dramas going on with it. I'm not going to go too much into some of the dramas. Like streamers, the host making very bad taste, the hosts, like the people giving out awards and the hosts themselves, making pretty poor jokes, and people getting all mad and doing things like that. And there was even an instance where someone actually walked up on stage after an award was given out and kind of killed the momentum of the show and was like, oh, I believe that this individual who just received the award, I'm paraphrasing of course, didn't deserve it. I believe this person deserved it more. And it's like, for someone to do that, it's sad. I get that the person you support, you wanted to win, but to go up and do that is, personally, I would feel embarrassed. If I was the recipient, if I was a nominee and someone did that on my behalf, I would be embarrassed. Hold on. I just received comment on from someone that my stream was off-center. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that, Mom. I have to change the screen size for some games that I stream. It's weird. Anywho. Yeah, I know. I have to change the screen size for some games for some weird reason. So sometimes I forget to switch it back. So thanks for the heads up. Much appreciated. By the way, can you hear me? Can you hear the game? Can you hear everything? Alright, I'll turn it up just a little. Oh yeah, it's actually in game that I'm looking for. How's that? Is it good? Okay. Anyways. So, double checking. Alright. Anyways, I would feel embarrassed if someone ran up on stage and said that I deserved to win an award when someone else did. That would just be embarrassing for me as the nominee. Because it's like, yeah, sure, I didn't win, but at least my skills were recognized enough to be nominated, to be there in the first place. And it doesn't matter how the votes go. 6,624. Yeah, we could do that. Alright. Anyways, let's get started. It doesn't matter if it's the community or a panel of judges or whoever who judges the competition. They just like the other guy a little more than me, or a lot more than me. And personally, I wouldn't take offense to it. I would just be happy that my skills were nominated, and being nominated for such an award is going to draw more attention to me anyways, as a streamer. So, I don't really see the need for someone to run up there and embarrass that person that they wanted to win just because they didn't win, you know? And then we get to the main topic of today. At the Streamer Awards, there's this big controversy that I personally find really dumb and stupid, and that's a guy named Burnt Peanut. Never heard of him, never seen anything of him, but he won the Streamer Award for Best VTuber of the Year. And a lot of people are celebrating, and a lot of people are really angry, and the people who are celebrating because, haha, we pulled one over on the VTubers. And the people who are angry are like, he's not a VTuber, why did he win the award? Now, here's the thing. If he was nominated and he won, good for him. Congratulations. Obviously, people thought he deserved it. Maybe the fan vote was swayed because of, you know, their dislike for VTubers, because that's a very prominent thing. But he was nominated in the first place. So, you know, good for him. Very good for him. For the people who were talking about, haha, we pulled over on the VTubers, well, he may not say he's a VTuber. He's a VTuber, in my opinion. Why? Because he's using a virtual avatar, like every other VTuber. Even if it's just a filter, he's still using a virtual avatar. VTuber, virtual tuber. Whether it be a streamer or a YouTuber, VTubers use models. He used a filter, which is a peanut, which to me feels like a model. He's a VTuber, whether he wants to admit it or not. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like the VTuber culture, that's fine. You're fine to stay out of fandoms you don't like. There's nothing wrong with that. And for the people who are celebrating this big win over the VTubers because they don't like VTubers, one, you're supporting a VTuber of sorts. It may not be your traditional VTuber, but he's a VTuber nonetheless. So congratulations for supporting something you hate and claim to hate for the sake of hating it. It makes no sense to me. None. God pack. Sort of. I have never kind of understood that attitude of people. Nor do I really care to understand that kind of attitude. Where it's like, oh, something we don't understand, let's try to ruin it for everyone because we don't like it. And then we get to the person in question. The only reason he wanted to go to the award show, from everything I've seen, is because he doesn't like VTubers and wanted to steal the award away from someone who's a more traditional VTuber. 1,849. 1,126. Oh, 1,267, I meant. Wow, my brain short-circuited on that number. A 1,364. 2,037. 2,091. 1,022. 1,463. 11K God Pack. That takes care of pretty much 2 sets now. We're up. Was that our first, like, I could have swore we had another card before that God Pack that was 1,000. That's why I thought, but maybe it was just part of the God Pack. 110. I will save after this handful of cards. Or packs, I mean. Oh, okay, well. Plus the 110 that I pulled, but yeah, I hear ya. Anyways, from he just wanted to steal the VTuber award away because he's not a traditional VTuber and really rub the VTubers' faces in it. And it's like, okay, first of all, you're a VTuber, as I've said. But second of all, I'm mixed about the opinions of a person who does not classify themselves as a VTuber being nominated for a VTuber award. Even if they are a VTuber, if they don't classify themselves as one, should they be allowed in a category that is all about the classification of a VTuber? I don't really know. Second of all, the hilarious thing is, he's acting like, you know, VTubers, and I hear this, and this is kind of why I want to talk about this topic. There's this stupid, like, thing that goes around where anytime someone talks about VTubers, it's all, oh, they're all 50-year-old men wearing, playing 14-year-old anime girls, or, like, sexualized models wearing using voice changers. And if anyone at all thinks that, here are two VTubers that totally shatter that delusion. First of all, Cottontail. She has done real-life pictures of herself. Yes, she's a very sexual model, but she's not a man wearing a voice changer, because she's spoken in real life, in videos. So your whole theory of that is completely stupid. 164. Number 2. Look up anything to do with Iron Mouse. She is a dwarf in real life. She's very short. And she has a plethora of health issues that she has talked about at length. Oh, I said 164, 52. Whoops. My bad. I'll lock in. But she's talked about her illnesses on stream at length, and she has raised millions of dollars for charity. But no, she's just a 50-year-old man trying to trick people into being over-sexualized. It's like, no. You know literally nothing about the VTuber culture, and that is fine, because you do not wish to be a part of it. But before you start bashing on shit you have no clue of what you're talking about, maybe try and do the littlest, tiniest amount of research. And what's funny is all the other VTubers that you stole from, quote-unquote, are the ones who are congratulating you on your victory. 283. They're the ones who are telling people to stop being angry that you won. And like I said, I'm actually not angry that you won. I find that you deserve the win. Because you're a good VTuber. By whatever classification they chose to go by. But the fact you know literally nothing and you're spouting all this stupid shit makes you look dumb. It just does. Yes, there are plenty of VTubers that are hypersexualized, deal in sexualized content, have models that are 14, 15-year-old looking, sometimes even sexualizing those. But not every single VTuber is like that. Iron Mouse is one of the more may make dirty jokes here and there, but she has models ranging from a small chibi version of herself to a full-blown adult. But she chooses short models because she is in fact short in real life. And not only that, she has a beautiful singing voice. And I just wish people in general, not just him, but all the people out there who are just bashing VTubers because they don't really understand it would take half a second to actually research the stuff before they actually make those comments. Because they clearly don't know what they're talking about. And it just annoys me to no end when people do that. It's not that I'm angry he won or that he doesn't like VTubers. It's the fact that he's spreading all of this misinformation without a single clue of what he's saying. But regardless, congratulations to him for winning the award, and I wish him more success. I wish that award will skyrocket him into even greater popularity, because clearly he's earned it, you know? And this coming from the person whose VTuber didn't win the award. I got kicked from chat. I'm back. Oh, and for people who are saying that Connor, her best friend, is just trying to flirt with a man behind a voice changer like everyone else, every other VTuber is, he knows what she looks like in real life, and also you sound dumb for saying it. Without any concept of that. Because clearly you've never watched her, so you wouldn't know. All I'm saying is do your research and you won't sound dumb. Anywho. And that's pretty much all that happened over the weekend. $217. Anywho, let's see. I'm actually trying to think. Oh, My Hero also came out with its latest episode. My word, was it a good episode. It wasn't like, the fighting is over. It's all gonna be just like talking and like seeing things, seeing the world and how it's changing, and pretty much like closing off every story. I remember on stream saying that I wasn't sure why it needed 3 more episodes after the final fight for wrap-up, because I thought it would be 1 episode of recovery, 1 episode flash forward, but there was so much more that they did with it that I really ever thought of. Characters coming to terms with some very complex emotions. Characters that have a story to tell beyond just the series. Wrapping up all the loose ends entirely, I can now see why it needed an extra episode. And I was never against it, I was just confused as to what they would actually show for those episodes. Now, from what I understand, the final episode is going to be an OVA. I don't know exactly. I've never understood whether OVAs are canon to the actual manga or manga. I don't know how it's pronounced either. I've heard it both ways. Or if they're canon but only to the anime, or if they're just completely non-canon but not classified as filler because they do have relevance to the main plot. Not entirely sure. But apparently the last episode will be an OVA. I'm willing to bet that's our look into the future, because there are a few things that I know about since I was spoiled at to the very, very end of the manga that they haven't covered yet. And one is the main protagonist and what winds up happening with him after the fight, after the war, and much later down the line. Two is the will they, won't they relationship with the main female protagonist. And I'm curious to see if they choose to go a different way with that because it's the ending of the show and it really won't matter, or if they're going to stick true to the ending of the actual source material. And I will say, watching other people's reactions to the show, I'm catching way more details than I did on my initial watch. Because people are pointing things out in the comments, and the person themselves are actually watching it. And it's honestly really interesting and cool to see it from different perspectives. $437. And a ghost rare. Other than that, some games did some updates. I played Peak on my own again, first time in a while. And I actually managed to make it past the mushroom area again. And also, almost, I would say about halfway, almost halfway, if not halfway, through the blizzard biome. And the more I play the mushroom biome, the more I realize just how difficult the forest biome actually is. The jungle biome, I mean. Like, I believe it's the hardest biome of all of them. Because I haven't played the desert enough, maybe it would be the desert. But, I was never able to pass the desert, the jungle biome on my own. And then the mushroom biome came in with all the new fungus stuff, and now I'm not consistently beating it, but I have beaten it. I would have to play the jungle biome again to see if it's just because I've gotten better or if the biome is in fact easier. 232. Though I will say the game gifted me a great deal of good stuff on my run where I almost made it through the ice biome. And I kind of learned how to use the grappler gun because I had to use it quite a few times, and I got a couple of them, which really made traversing certain areas that would normally be impossible a breeze. So in Power World related news, due to the update and new content coming out, I've gotten back into Power World, and I finally managed to catch a character named Dr. Braun. And Dr. Braun is a way of getting incredibly rare passives onto your pals without needing to breed 1,000,000,001 just to find them. Essentially, he can do what's called a surgery, in which he can up your stats or lower them and give you a bad passive, a good passive, or a legendary passive, or what they call rainbow. It took almost like 87 balls. I was down to like 14 to catch him because he's incredibly difficult to catch, but I got him. So I've been doing that, and I've just been working on breeding all the pals I don't already own. Or breeding 12 of every pal, just so I can max out that and level up a lot. So that's what I've been doing in Power World. 232. It took me weeks to find him though, man. I've been searching for him all over the place, because it's not random where he spawns, but he only has a small chance of spawning on those locations, and there are like 4 other things that can spawn in each of the locations that he spawns in. So if you find a scientist walking around talking about doing experiments on your pals, and you have and if you're above level 50 and have really good spheres, like we're talking top tier spheres, I recommend you catch him. He may be a human, but he's also useful. Unfortunately, you will get a wanted level. At least I did. Maybe I was unlucky for attacking him. But if you're quick enough and you can catch him and then, like, fly straight up, the wanted level will go away. I found that out thanks to a YouTube video talking about different mechanics. So I am hoping to be ready by the 17th for the new content to drop. And yeah. $1,598. Oh, and I would like to make one more thing perfectly clear. If he was just, if the Burnt Peanut was just joking about all the VTuber hate, I don't know, because like I said, I've never seen him before. but that was just my first impressions of him. I want to get that clear, because I haven't taken the time to do any research on the man, and whether or not it's just a joke in his community or not. So, I want to be fair to him as well, and say I might be the one who's sounding stupid. And that's the last I'll talk about it. So, next 2 10-packs, you mean? Because we should have well over $12,000 by now. $278. Was that 278 or was that 6,600 was the goal, or do you mean what was the last card that I pulled? Okay. $14,646 is our total profit so far. That's pretty good for a first set. And we're coming up on our first break of the stream. No, I know that. I'm saying so far our current total profit is. We're not through the first box set yet. So... until I'm done with that, then we won't know our full profit for this set. See? We still have a bunch of boxes. Well, I am talking first set. My thing is, what's the use of taking away the 6,600 before we're even done with this first set? Because then we'll see where we start the second set off at. Does that make sense? 117. 185. 148. 280. 'Never know, at this pace we might wind up opening the shop for a day. Tell Sassy I said meow meow back. Speaking of VTubers, but not of the same subject, Iron Mouse released a cover of a Claire Obscure 33 song during her concert, which was awesome. But also, she recently sang it on stream, and there was a clip of it. I gotta say, when it comes to the production, I don't see really any difference between how she sounded almost from her or the from on stream to in concert. Like, they didn't modify or balance her vocals or anything like that. Also, she had backup singers during the concert, so that could be why she also sounded somewhat a little different, but it was still absolutely amazing as well. I enjoyed listening to it before stream. It was Lumiere and Alicia. She did, I don't know if they're the same song, but like one branches into the other, kind of like a continuation song, or if they're two separate songs that she just covered and kind of just did back to back. Like, if I listen to the soundtrack album, would it be Alicia Luminaire or Luminaire Alicia? Or would it be one Luminaire to Alicia? You know, I don't know, but it still sounded good either way, so. Once again, since it's a French RPG, like it was made by a French developer, and there's a lot of French influences, including music and aesthetics. The whole thing takes place, the starting area literally is like a form of Paris, because you see kind of like a messed up Eiffel Tower. So it's really cool to actually know that when people are singing it, the covers that I've heard, they've all been doing it in French. 364. And it sounds so beautiful. I think it was 80 and above. That we're counting. And I do have that song stuck in my head from the game. Vampire Survivors also got a new update before I went live. I think it was just bug fixes though. For a while now, some of the challenges and secrets have been bugged with no way to do them. So I haven't been able to unlock all the characters yet. So maybe that fixed some of the bugs with this latest patch. I haven't checked out the patch notes yet. So how was everyone else's weekend? now that I'm done rambling about things on my end. Well, despite all my yakking and rambling, my weekend was pretty slow too, because those are like the only two things of note that actually happened over the weekend for me. 360. Tomorrow we will be playing Moonstone Island, and we will be entering winter within the first day. So I'm super excited about that. $16,100. Not bad. We will be entering our first break shortly. In about 2 minutes. Typically, I like to stretch every hour. Especially for games like this, where it kind of strains the eyes a little bit because of all the flying numbers and colors blurring across the screen. Makes it easier to focus. Just having a quick 5-minute or less break. Get up and grab a drink or snack or something. $291. 284. Yep, I'm going to after this handful, because we're going to be taking our first break. Alrighty. I will be back shortly. I got disconnected from chat again, but that's fine. I will be back shortly. This is our first break of the stream, and I'll see you shortly. Alrighty, I am back. I'm ready to end off this sets of pulls. We just gotta finish tearing our way through these boxes. These boxes have been pretty good today. Thank you, thank you. I hope you all enjoyed the break. Yeah. $135. Oh. One more thing that I kind of comes to mind. As you all know, I've been playing Final Fantasy IX on stream, and I have an account off stream that I've kind of been tailing behind the main game in case I ever get like really stuck on a segment. That way I can just like switch over and continue playing through that part on stream, and then like afterwards switch back to after stream switch back over to my stream account and get it to where my side account is again, so I can continue playing from that account. Kind of like a backup in case I get stuck situation. But I realize I've made some grave mistakes on my current playthrough. First of all, that segment with Beatrix. Not nearly enough potions or Phoenix Downs. Not to mention, I didn't take the time to make coral rings, which would have been a massive help in that fight. 135. Because aside from boosting some stats, they also absorb lightning. So some of her attacks would have been null and void. Like that Thunder Slash that does like 400 damage of my 900 health. Now that would have been restorative instead. And finally, with Quinn, she's really powerful if you take the time to obtain her abilities. Because she's a blue mage that eats things. Abilities such as Mighty Guard, which casts Protect and Reflect on your entire party. Or White Wind, which heals your entire party. So all this time I did have a healer, I just never bothered to gain the skill to heal. And that is definitely going to come bite me in the butt later. But, you know, I really couldn't have known because, while this may not be a blind playthrough because I played it like back when I had a PlayStation 2. So it was so long ago that I don't remember 90% of it. So it might as well be a blind playthrough. But I remember some story beats and some characters and certain events. So I can't call it completely blind either. But it was funny. I had a hankering the other day to play Final Fantasy IX. 345. So I booted it up. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna play it. I take a step out the door and it's like next segment. I'm like, oh crap. There's no place to grind. There's no enemies to fight. It's literally just you step out the door, you walk a little bit, and then there's progress. So I can't do it. Because I don't remember what happens next and I don't want to know. I kind of want to be surprised if there's something I don't remember that happens. Like, for example, I don't remember, I remember, thinking about it, I remember what happened to, Clearia, but I didn't remember it until I started seeing the scene. I'm like, ah, yeah, now, this is gonna happen, I remember now, kind of a thing. But I don't remember having to fight Beatrix 3 times. Oh, and, stealing from Zorn and Thorn, I didn't do in my main playthrough. But I got a really good weapon for, one of the characters from it. So... $115. And I looked up some videos on the cards, the card game that I despise. And it turns out that there's way more RNG to it than I realized. And why some of my cards were losing were literally just pure RNG. 182. So basically, it's just one big RNG fest that you have to pray that even though you have better cards, you can win. And I find that ridiculous. It's good if there's a save point nearby, because then you can just leave and reset the game if you lose your cards. But... I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. The DLC for Pokemon ZA still hasn't come out, even though it was marketed during the promotion of Pokemon ZA. 350. Oh, Ghost Rare God Pack. Cool. 252. 372. 330. 360. 465. 433. Ghost Rare God Pack. Almost 30K. That's crazy. This has been a very, very good first set. Oh, only 20K? Okay, well, it's still pretty good. What? Okay, 20,149. Okay. It's okay. It's all good. We are fastly approaching level 77. We're not there yet. We're a good ways there, but we're not there yet. Earlier, while I was ranting, I know I missed a number, or I mispronounced a number, so... It happens. I will say, I wish I could understand, I wish when I listen to music I could understand what they were saying. Whether it be, like, Japanese anime or Clair Obscur 33 because it's in French. I feel like I would like the song a lot more if I understood the words it was actually saying to me. I think that's literally everything I had. 135. Mainly just wanted to talk about what I talked about at the start of stream. Didn't really have any ideas for topics afterwards. Because on the news side of things, I guess I could talk about the, recent thing I found. I've already talked about this with you, Mom. The Power World being done with scientific studies, like people who research video games, their effects, blah 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 blah, did a case study on Power World, and they even they themselves were like, yeah, Power World, the only thing it has in common with Pokemon is its catching mechanic. Maybe some of the design choices, like for the pals. But other than that, it is 100% its own unique thing. I'm like, even scientists are saying it's not just a ripoff. That's hilarious. Just a brief little thing I found recently that I wanted to talk about because I found it funny. I don't remember what study was done, who did the study, but there are like videos covering it out on YouTube. Apparently it was quite the comprehensive study as well, which is weird because it's like, how much depth could that study have? Like, I can't begin to understand what they were looking at or looking for. But they came to that conclusion, so it's a win-win. Alright, that's it for the first set of boxes. What was their overall total? And then minus the 6,600. Alright. So, what are we at positive? So we're a positive $13,784. Neat. Time for the second box. $207. $165, $121, $115, $96, $167, $143, First pack is a god pack that's worth $1,016. Oh, 1,1600. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. $1,016. My brain just short-circuited. Wait, why did you take two sets of that's confusing. You're confusing me. We had 21,000 or 20,000 worth of profit. You took away 6,600. And then you took another one away even after we bought just one set. We're not going to be buying another set. I'm just trying to understand your method, because I'm confused. $426. You did not take off the first set. Okay, so then the entire time you counted from 0, you didn't start at negative 6,600. Is that what you're saying? Okay. That's okay. No, you misunderstood. What you usually do, from my understanding, is you took 6,600 negative. We counted up to until we were in the positive with that box set. Then we waited until the end of the box set to minus the next 6,600 because we're doing another box. And that would be what our current profit is. That was my understanding. Because every time I asked how close are we to breaking even, you always came with a number. So that's why it was confusing. I always thought you did that. 135. We can talk next break. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm clearly absolutely furious about it. I am just the angriest I have ever been. And I know you are too. I can see it in the way you are typing so calmly. 291. Those who don't get it, I'm joking. Yeah, we have fun here. Or at least we try. Now to do the typical streamer thing. Is everyone enjoying the stream so far? And then suddenly my chat is flooded with no. I enjoy streaming. It's so much fun. I get to goof off, be random, be myself. And I get to play video games. $291. Let's be clear, I didn't think the second set would be better than the first. I know it's still really early, but the first set pretty much set a really solid start. So, if it can kind of keep up the momentum, or like hit the total gained of this pack being 6,600, I'm gonna be happy. But, and I know we're already in the positives, so it really doesn't matter how much more I get, but getting an additional 6,600 would be cool. Yeah. But if I could get back to 13,000 is what I'm saying. Because then I think that would be a total of the 6,600 we initially took off. 152. That would be the best, is what I'm getting at. Oh, and I did post a schedule on my Discord channel. Not a lot of people on the Discord, so... But I'm hoping to start to foster a community. Eventually, when more people start joining my stream on a frequent basis. 1,849. Soon I'm going to be going in and getting more water. Started drinking 2 bottles a day. Or around 2 bottles. So this next break will be a grabbing water break. Hooray! $284. $258. If you need me to, I can count up the cards while you go to the bathroom. It's not a big deal. Go ahead and go to the bathroom. Because I'll just add up the cards. Yeah. I'll just add up the cards while you're in the bathroom that you missed. Give me a little bit of time to stare off into the space and do nothing. Just kidding, of course. Sometimes I do get distracted, though. $1,422. Go. Okay, all you meant, that was a fast trip. 1,422. I pulled one card. And that's all. No, 1,422. There. Okay, you got it. $278. Oh, there's still some cards. I didn't see them when I grabbed the box. Probably one more handful after this as well. Nice. So I did accomplish my goal. 280. done with this box. I guess I can save. There we go. Well, we've already made the 6,600 we spent. 143. My goal was to get to 13,000. So... I mean, if we get to 20k, that would be fantastic. It's only 4 more thousand, so... Oh wait, no, that's not 4. Yeah, 7k, thank you. For some reason, my brain saw the 13 as 16. I'm like, this is just 4 more K, but no. You're right, it's 7. That's not that much. Yeah. 100%. We're still in the green. We're still doing good. Almost 14k. Any particular reason why the number 20? Okay, well, fair enough. Makes sense to me. It's a nice high number, or a good decent number, so yeah. Looked like it was empty. I thought it was, but glad I double checked. $212. $212. $96. That's a super rare find. Usually it's either like 50 or over 100. Very rarely do we ever get a 96. Or someone with somewhere within the 80 to 100 range, I should say. It's itching my eye, sorry. Well, not itching my eye, but like... rubbing it a little bit. After this packs of cards, I take another break. Thank you all so much for sticking around. I'm gonna go grab myself some water, and I'll be back in just a little bit. $258. I hope you enjoy the break, and I will be back shortly after this pack. See you soon. Okie dokie, I am back. Oops. I clicked onto the game and picked up the box. Alright. Gonna save just in case something happens. Well, thank you. And thank you for the welcome back. Alright. $143. Alright, cool. We have 5 boxes left to go. Then I might price everything and then open shop. Honestly though, despite making this much profit, I don't think I should open shop. I don't think I have enough cards. I'm being honest here. I'm very iffy about it. But we'll see. So basically next stream, yeah. I would be a little bit more confident in doing that. It's hard to tell because sometimes I do always sell a lot of cards, but sometimes I sell a massive amount. And it's hard to tell if I have enough or not. I think every other stream I gain a level. Which is cool. Pretty soon I'll be at 100. Couple of more months. Oh, I guess I can talk a little bit about my solo peak adventure through the winter area. I think I actually would have made it if I did not make a cataclysmic mistake, and that was accidentally setting off this, like, ice bomb blind thing that blinds your screen, and I literally could not see where I was going, and standing on, this piece of frigid ice that actually deals ice damage to your character, makes them cold. And so I was kind of panicking, trying to find any way out, like burning through all of my resources, my extra stamina, like, any tools I could possibly think of that could get me out of the situation. And unfortunately, in doing so, I took a really bad fall, and it dealt quite a bit of damage to me. And I think that's kind of where I knew that the run had gone south, because I had to waste more resources climbing back up to that point, since I didn't have the extra stamina anymore, and I could only carry so many things. Even though I reversed the health damage, I still didn't have that extra reserve that got me past certain points. So I wound up using a bunch of resources, and it wound up eventually leading to my demise, which was very unfortunate. And I feel like that ice bomb is what really did the trick. It sealed my fate. It's just that one thing that went wrong that started the chain. I honestly think I could do it if I did it again. But the map has changed, so... That, and I got really lucky with the chests. So... Not gonna have that kind of luck again. But man, those rescue claws are huge. They can get you across huge gaps. And best of all, when you launch off of the claw, and it grips onto something and pulls you to it, you land on it, and you can immediately start climbing. So, it's like, okay, I can't reach past this certain point, but if I can angle it just right, I can launch myself up to the point where I normally wouldn't be able to get past. And with my stamina, I should be able to make a larger climb than normal. It's really useful for changing your current pace. It's like, oh, there's not really an easy climb here, but there's a ledge way over there that I can't quite reach. Well, let me just claw my way over there, and then I can continue my climb upward. It's so useful. 207. I'd argue that escape claw is the best item in the game. Even more so than the checkpoint flag, which revives you. Because a lot of times, if you're reviving, it's because you took a very bad fall. And, either you get, if you set it down, then, if you get way higher up before you fall down, it just teleports you all the way back down to where you were before. And if the mist has consumed it, then you're dead, pretty much. So, it's a very timed thing. Like, maybe put it down before you do a really difficult jump. Or something. But, if you revive, if you make it much further up, then it's just gonna hurt because you'll just revive right at the hard jump again. So... But with the claw, it's like you can make your own jump. Which is huge. The cannon is still the funnest item in the game, though. Just launching yourself and praying. It's a lot of fun to do. 15,000. Nice. I was about to say, is this a god pack? But no. Oh, we're only 5k away from the 20 goal. We have 4 boxes, so still very, very doable. Okay, I was right. I've been seeing a lot of videos that I've watched ages ago, like anime music videos and meme videos pop up recently on my feed. Like, I found out, I never knew where the emotional damage meme came from, but it turned out it was from a skit video, and that skit video popped up on my feed, so I watched it. The skit was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Then, of course, the second I watched it, a bunch more of that type of video popped up on my feed. I'm just like, well, gotta refresh 80 times to find something new. And it's like, oh hey, a YouTuber that you watch frequently has posted a new video. I'm like, yay! Escape that rabbit hole. 406. I used to get memes, but I don't get them anymore. Like these days, memes used to be somewhat entertaining, but these days they're just like, why is this popular? Two more boxes. Probably just do prices for things. And with whatever time I have left, figure something else out. Maybe I'll just switch games entirely. Because I don't see the point in trying to do a card opening. Maybe I could do a 5-box card opening, but I don't even think I'd have enough time for that. Yeah. About 40 boxes total are all that I can handle myself. My eyes are starting to get a little blurry, even though I'm sort of slowed it down just a tiny bit. What I might do is actually not get on my main stream for Moonstone Island, but I might fool around on my off-stream account for Moonstone Island. Because I don't think I can get peak done in less than an hour. Unless I die early on, and that's not what I want. Maybe Vampire Survivors? For some reason, Vampire Survivors don't hurt my eyes. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. Oh, the charity, Streamers versus Everyone, that was raising money for the, Starlight Children's Foundation or something like that. I don't remember the exact cause. It ended yesterday. It was a pretty entertaining stream, all things considered. Some of my favorite, YouTubers were there. I think the ending is kind of unbalanced, personally. The final challenge basically is like however many games the audience won is how many stars they get at the start of the game automatically before the match begins. But what's unbalanced is there are 3 players versus 1 AI, and the only hindrances you could have done is like upside down controller for the mini game. There's no stopping them from using Boo to steal stars. There's no stopping them from throwing mini games or getting stars. So it was obvious that with 3 against 1 and the 1 being an AI, or not even an AI, but technically an AI, I guess, that the 3 real players would absolutely decimate. Even if they couldn't win 1 mini game or any of the mini games, that's only 1 star, and there are tons of ways to make money in the game to buy stars. But it was all for charity, so it doesn't really matter who won or lost. I'm just like, if it's Streamers versus Everyone, then me being part of everyone, I kind of wanted our team to win, you know, a little bit. Because the more we win, the more stuff they have to do as punishment, and it's funny. Like, they had to film an official apology video if they lost 1 challenge. It was a lot of funny. It was very funny because, like, 8 people all trying to apologize for losing an event for charity at the same time, while other people are just trolling saying, "I'm not sorry." It was absolutely a madness and hilarious. And we also got, like, someone walking in behind with a ukulele, like that one terrible apology video. It was really funny. But, 2,401. But yeah, they raised, like, I don't remember the exact amount, but it was upwards of like 20,000 or something like that. Somewhere above 20,000, which is great, especially for a child's charity. So, it was really cool. But the last game was rigged, man. As you can see, I'm absolutely, totally upset by it. And for those wondering, I'm just joking. Gotta make that abundantly clear. Because a lot of people wouldn't take that as a joke. 17,000. I don't think we're gonna reach the 20k mark, but maybe 18,000 or 19,000? A stone's throw away, maybe? Well, it depends on the last cards we get. This is, in fact, the last box of stream. Yeah, don't matter. But the greedier side of me is like, yes, give me all of the profit. I want all of the profits. Give me that 20k. Reality is my goal got hit a long time ago. 13k. That would give us back the 6,600 we spent on these boxes. Last eight packs of the stream. Here we go. Will we end off strong, or will we end off meh? The second half has been pretty hit or miss, but it's still been good. Mostly good. So, let's see. Ended off meh. But that's fine. Total profit between all the boxes. From start to finish. $17,842. Fantastic. Yep. Made over 30K in terms of cash, but minus the 2 box sets of 12K, we wound up with 17. And of course, I'm not using exact numbers, but more or less that's the gist of it. Alright. Thanks for dropping by, Mom. I enjoyed the pack openings. I will see you later. Probably after stream. When I go to feed the cat and do stuff I need to do. As soon as I'm done with this, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll just sit around and do nothing. I can end the YouTube video off once I'm done repricing everything. And since Mom is gone, I can touch on one final thing that I forgot to mention. Cottontail is a wholesome VTuber, but she does lay more on the adult side, which is what a lot of people always say VTubers are. But I only referenced her because she's shown her real life. Like, she shows up at events and stuff in real life. So people know that she's not a man. Or wearing a voice changer because they've heard her speak. So I also wanted to kind of clarify that one. In case people are like, yeah, but she's totally into that line of work. It's like, yeah, but there are two different arguments, and there are also male VTubers themselves. So it's not like everybody's hiding their face. In fact, every VTuber is hiding their identity for one reason or another. So it is what it is. People just hate on things they don't understand or refuse to try and understand it. Wishful thinking, but I wish this were a world where people would stop and actually try to understand things they don't like, versus just hating on them blindly. And once again, I'm not just talking about specific people, I'm talking about a lot of people who share the exact same sentiment about VTubers. They're weird, they're cringy, they don't like them, fine. But don't hate on what you don't understand. So in the end, all you're doing is spreading hate. And I wish this world were a lot less like that than it is. I guess I could briefly touch on the My Hero Academia controversy. People are upset that their headcanon that isn't true didn't come to fruition. The main character did not end up with his childhood friend. And they're like, hello, were you watching the same show? It's like, yeah, the person who made it so they don't actually end up together is the author, you know, the one who created the story. The one who can take your favorite character and just write them off of the story because they can, and there's nothing you can do about it, you know? The one who invented the world itself around your character. Headcanon is a very powerful thing, but I feel like people get lost in their own headcanon too easily these days. There have been plenty of characters I thought would be good pairings that never wound up together. The only difference is I don't send death threats to authors or complain about it online because, one, they're fictional characters, and two, the author didn't want them together. That's his decision. We're not... It's kind of like trying to force characters that aren't specifically oriented towards one gender into being other genders. Like saying, oh, this character that the author says is female is actually male because I say so. No, that's not how that works. If you want them to be male, then write your own story and become published like he did, and then you can decide which characters are male and female. It's up to the author to decide what is what, who is who, and what they like. Anywho, that is the final kind of little topic I wanted to touch on. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do before I end stream. Or not end stream, but end recording. Where is it? Can you hold any more of these? No, but I am slowly making my way through them. I want to clear this out. They refill the things. I wonder if they take them off this shelf or not. That would be interesting to know. I don't think they choose these. Oh no, they do it from the box. Never mind. They do it from these. They restock. They come over here and grab it. That's right. I remember now. I do want to see how that's doing. 16? Pull up. Pretty close, I think. Yeah. Pretty close, if not completely. Alright. So next time we open some more cards, and then we open shop. And then we restart opening more cards. Thank you so much for watching, everyone on YouTube. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified when I post my next video. And comment. I'm going to throw out a question to you. How do you feel about the topics I discussed today? The whole VTuber award show topic. What are your thoughts on that? I hope for a civil discussion in the comment section. But yeah, if you want to catch me live, come on over to twitch.tv/onedamngamer. I am here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. EST. And I hope to see you all here. Would love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you all next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.